Welcome back, everyone. I know this isn't my usual spot, so just quick explanation. This is going to be like a little face thing on the screen. We're going to go through the playoff predictions. Not a lot editing on these videos. These are really quick. I'm trying to think I could make this into a series. We could do quizzes. I'm not a huge like second channel guy. I know guys like Kenny and King of the Fourth Quarter, which by no means am I comparing him. I'm just saying like he will focus his really intense editing videos, his rebuilds onto a gaming channel, or his quizzes go onto a second channel. I kind of like keeping everything in one place, and I'm also not big enough of a YouTuber to have a second channel. So let me know if you like these videos. I can do quizzes, I can do predictions. I just am now figuring out how to do recording softwares with my Mac and things like that. So let me know if you like this. This is also the same spot that my college football show is going to be happening on, but that whole announcement will be a separate video giving you all the details for that, so watch out for that. And if this is your first time on the channel, please consider subscribing. I love making content for you guys, and this has been some of the most fun I've had with the channel in a long time. I had a hiatus where I just took a break, tried to really understand what I wanted to do with this channel, and I am fully ready to dive into 2023 and make something special here in a great community. But with that being said, let's get straight into these picks. I'm going to go through my picks, give you an explanation, starting off with one of the most difficult, I would say, matchups in this entire wildcard weekend, as I'm recording this on Friday the 13th. By the way, happy Friday the 13th. If you got a tattoo or piercing, let me know down in the comments. It's a really fun day overall. But Jaguars, Chargers. Two quarterbacks in their first ever playoff game, and two head coaches in their first playoff game, except for actually Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl. My bad, that's just completely on me. I meant more with these specific franchises. My gut has been telling me Jaguars a lot, but I'm going Chargers. Let me explain why. Let's go Chargers. I think the Chargers are... This is such a difficult thing to try to explain. It's a gut thing. I think that what the Chargers showed me on against the Dolphins Monday night was a team that was able to press man on some receivers and really throw timing off. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a great game, and a guy like Travis Etienne is going to have a great game, but I just don't know if the outside wide receivers are going to be able to beat guys in press man coverage if they were giving guys like Tyreek Hill a struggle. I understand Trevor Lawrence is a light years better quarterback than Tua, but I look at a game plan like that. It looked like a playoff level game plan, and I expect something like that for the Jaguars to work. The problem I have is Travon Walker is a havoc on the run game. Josh Allen's a great pass rusher. Foyson Oluokon's good, but I worry about the secondary with the Jaguars. Yes, Mike Williams is out for this game, but I still expect them to be able to dink and dunk their way down the field. I think it's a close game, and if the Jaguars win, I'm not surprised by it. Moving on, Bengals. Lamar Jackson doesn't look like he's at least going to be 75%. If he does play, that's great, but he's not going to be 100%. I would still take the Bengals if Lamar was playing. Bills, Skylar Thompson's not going to beat the Bills. Moving on. Buccaneers, Cowboys. This is a very interesting game. You have Tom Brady, a guy who all season I'd been expecting to turn things around. He was going to figure it out at some point. But on a week-to-week basis, I was like, this is it. This is what Tom Brady does. He turns things around, and it would be almost poetic that he pulls it out in the playoffs. But I have plans for the Cowboys. They have I think I was about to say great pass rush. They have Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence and Trayvon Diggs, who is going to take at least one of those receivers and give them some issues. And I just love the running game of the Cowboys. Dak Prescott concerns me, but I think that if Mike McCarthy just takes the ball out of his hands, gives it to Tony Pollard, gives it to Ezekiel Elliott, gets the ball to CeeDee Lamb, I think they can beat this Buccaneers team. It's going to be close. It's going to be close, but give me the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys in this. And then give me the upset. In the Vikings-Giants game, it could so easily be Vikings-Eagles in this situation. I think they would play the Eagles, correct? No, it'd be Cowboys-Eagles. I go back and forth with the Giants. I just don't know. I'm switching it up right now. I'm switching it up. I hate to say it. Give me the Vikings versus the Giants. Give me the Vikings. I think they get through one playoff game. I just don't know if Daniel Jones can torch the Vikings defense. I get it's very difficult to beat a team twice. I understand that. God, it's so difficult. to predict for this game. Nope, going with my gut. And then 49ers Seahawks. I'm a Seahawks fan if you didn't know that. Hate to break it to my rest of my Seahawks fans. Sorry, I just kicked my camera. Yeah, this is not going to happen. It's just, I can trick myself into believing it will happen, but it's just not going to happen. This team is just not on the same talent level as what the 49ers bring to the table. And as much as I think Brock Purdy could have a real chance to finally show some weaknesses as Mr. Irrelevant, it's not going to happen in this game. The Seahawks defense doesn't have enough of a interior presence to stop a guy like Christian McCaffrey, to stop a guy like Deebo Samuel, to stop a guy like Brandon Ayuk. The outside corners are going to do great, but they're not going to ask Brock Purdy to make a big-time play, and I don't think this is the game that's going to force him to do that. Moving forward, DeMar Hamlin game, the rematch, God bless that he is able to walk out of a hospital on his own. It's one of the scariest things in sports. I don't want to have to remind people, and I don't want him to be that's his only legacy. He is a great NFL player with a great story, with a great foundation. He has really done great for an NFL player coming out of the 6th round, and that is no knock on him. He has exceeded expectations on a human level and as a football player. And so let's talk about the game. This game is very, very interesting. I want to pick the Bengals. I want to trust Joe Burrow, and I do. But there's something in sports that, for some reason, I'm going to ride with the Bills. You see it with, like, championship teams, that they get this traumatic event happen to them, such as, like, the 2017 Astros, which is a personal traumatic event with Hurricane Harvey. And that was a very tough thing for that city to handle, and to see it come into a championship just brought a lot of people together. The parade during 2017, we don't have to talk about the cheating allegations and the post effects. Let's just talk about what it did on a human level for that city. It was a great thing, and I think DeMar Hamlin, this team just got closer, and sometimes the football gods, I feel like the Bills might get a couple of things thrown their way. Not to mention, as a team, this is super talented. It's Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Devin Singletary, a creative offense, a really good defense that, yes, is missing Von Miller, and I think if they had Von Miller, it'd be a very much more simple decision. Chargers, Chiefs, simple. I don't think the Chargers are ready for this game. I don't see Justin Herbert going in and going to an AFC championship in his first playoff game, especially if potentially Mike Williams is not in this matchup. Chiefs, the problem with the Chiefs, honestly, that is so interesting about them this year, and the reason why I still think they were going to be a damn good football team, was as simple as you don't know who's getting the ball next, and they all have relatively good speed. MVS, Jerick McKinnon is crazy out of the backfield. Isaiah Pacheco is crazy speed. Not to mention Juju is a really solid hands catcher, possession guy, I would say. He can drop back. He has pretty solid routes. Not to mention Travis Kelce. This team has so many weapons that could each touch the ball at any moment. Future wide receiver for the Chiefs, Allen Lazard, is going to fit really well there. Really random prediction, by the way. I give me the Eagles and the Giants. I just don't see Daniel Jones being able to handle the pass rush that the Eagles will have. I think the Giants will actually make this game relatively close, just based off of solely that this interior defensive line for the Eagles is pretty weak, and you can run the ball with Saquon Barkley. But I think that the Eagles, though that they will have the bye week, and it will probably start off rusty, and I could see the Giants maybe going on an 0-7 level run with a guy like Daniel Jones. I just don't see it happening with the Eagles. Hear me out, okay? Because I know I did this without explaining anything. I've seen no one give the Cowboys a chance, and I think they have a better chance than people realize. I understand it's like the Chargers. You expect them to choke. You expect something to happen, and I fully expect this potentially to happen. I'm trusting what my gut is telling me. This is a gut pick. There's no analysis. There's no logic. There's nothing to think that this is what's going to happen. But I'm going with the Cowboys against the 49ers to go to the NFC Championship. And in all honesty, these are the matchups I would want to see. This is what would make for the best TV, in my opinion. Sue me. Bills, Chiefs, give me the Bills. It's a coin flip. Honestly, it's like whoever gets the ball last in this game. It's a coin flip. Give me the Bills. I think the Chiefs are dominant. I think these are the guys that play style-wise match up the most. And I truly think, like, yes, the Bengals could probably beat the Bills, but I think matchup-wise, this is what's going to create the most fireworks, and whoever gets the ball last, I could flip a coin right now, and it could be the Chiefs. And I'm not mad if I get this specific prediction wrong. If anything, I am more proud if I get the AFC Conference Championships and, like, the NFC Conference Championships correct, like, who goes there. I need to explain this one, too. I'm not a Cowboys fan. Let me make that clear. I'm a Seahawks fan. They bounced us out of the playoffs. There's no reason for me to pick this team. There's no reason for me to think that Jalen Hurts can't make a Super Bowl and the Eagles make a run against the Bills. But if you ask me today, on Friday the 13th, before the playoffs start, I think the Cowboys can make the Super Bowl, and I think they can lose. And I think the Bills get the redemption after the Cowboys had beat them in the Super Bowl during those 4 times that the Bills went back to back to back to back. And they get the revenge. It's poetic. I'm the script writer here. This would be a great script, would it not? I'm just saying. And this, I don't need to give analysis for these picks. You're already this deep into the video. You're 11 minutes deep into the video and you're expecting analysis? You probably are. But I'm hoping that this was entertaining enough that you could laugh your ass off, seeing that I just picked the Cowboys to make the Super Bowl, but then to lose, because I don't believe that this team could beat the knockout punch that is the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bills, I hope they make the Super Bowl at least and get a chance to prove, because I want to see what that social media team comes up with. If you don't know about the social media team, about the Buffalo Bills, go watch their TikToks after every single win, and you will get just so much more enjoyment that they win, unless you're a Patriots, Dolphins, or Jets fan. And probably a Chiefs fan, and maybe a Bengals fan. But thank you so much for watching. If you like these kinds of videos, please let me know down in the comments. If you want to see a certain team talked about, NBA, college football, NFL, I can even try hockey if you want, or I can try baseball. Let me know down in the comments. I would love to do a video based off of your comments. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful Friday the 13th.